Australia to say that kind of investment is not the investment of the future. Sure, it might make a little bit of profit in the short term, but in the long term, we won't have an inhabitable planet. So this is our way of saying, no, this is unethical. It's not profitable anyway because coal is finished. And we want to move, people back just want to move into the future, which is a future of clean, renewable energy and healthy lives. So today what's going to happen is we're going to hear from Michael Mullen, who is the convener of the Central West Greens and also running for council later this year. So it's good to get to know Michael. Welcome. And we're also going to hear from the CS Ukes and everyone else singing along. We're all going to sing some songs today and turn this into a joyful occasion. Of course, it's a spirit of joy and fun today, but actually we're wearing white because we're in mourning. 50% of the reef that is bleached at the moment. And we know that that is going to become worse and worse and kill the reef. And we also know the impacts that it has in our own backyards, our soils, our rivers, all that destruction that happens with increased carbon emissions. So there's another form of action after Michael's spoken. I'll explain what's going to happen next. Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Sally. Hi everyone, thank you for coming and joining this protest today. And really what we're about is that we're wanting to stop Adani's coal mine to go ahead. And so the question needs to be asked, why do we need to stop it? So the first reason is that it's going to rob farmers of billions of litres of water, of river flow, 12 billion litres a year. To the river systems up there, 9.5 billion litres of groundwater from the Great Artesian Basin that our farmers rely on. So, and that's taken away practice by the government, and also farmers have lost their appeal rights to protest, to appeal against those decisions. So it's a really significant thing that this is going to have a significant impact upon the industries that currently exist there, agriculture, and the other huge one is tourism, the Great Barrier Reef. The other huge issue is that the Adani coal mine and the Galilee Basin, if it goes ahead, we will see 1.3 times more emissions than, so 1.3 times our national emissions currently. So that's going to, that will mean it'll contribute to 1/3 again to global warming. That just this one basin. So if the Carmichael Adani mine goes ahead, the rest of the other 5 mines are all waiting in the wings. Gina Reinhardt's mine, they all have their hands out for some more government subsidies. And at the moment, 17 banks internationally have refused to fund Adani because it's unfinancial. Currently, our Australian government, with our hard-earned taxpayers' money, are thinking about or are in the process of offering Adani $1 billion in subsidies to build the rail line.
Not my tax.
So this is our tax money, and we call on the government to invest that money in our children's futures, not in something that an industry that is dying. And we call on the Commonwealth Bank to rule out financing the Adani coal mine.
Yeah.
The other huge issue that Sally's already mentioned is that the traditional owners of the land that is in the Galilee Basin, the Wongan and the Jagalinga, thank you, people, have not consented. They have not done a land use agreement, although Adani had attempted I think they got a number of signatures from people who weren't even involved. So really, that's a really important thing, that we stand and support the traditional owners of that land and their right to decide what happens upon it. The other huge issue is that we need to protect the Great Barrier Reef. 50% of it is currently dead. The central section of it, since April, has been impacted by bleaching, further bleaching, which all the scientific research is saying we're going to have more and more occurrences of bleaching. So this is one of the wonders, the ecological wonders of the world, the Great Barrier Reef, and for that reason alone we should be protecting it. But the other reason is that the Great Barrier Reef provides an economy for northern Queensland, for northern Australia, to the tune of $1 billion income a year, 70,000 jobs. Now we compare that to the 1,500 jobs that Adani is saying that they'll have